everyone. It's Rambling Hour with Lisa, season 18, episode 8, coming to you live from the garden. Hope everyone is doing well. Hopefully I had to push you back further than I thought. Hopefully the waterfall noise isn't louder than me talking. I didn't put on my microphone. If you guys are having trouble hearing me talk or the waterfall noise is too much, let me know and I'll go get my microphone or turn off the waterfall. How is everyone? What's new with you? What have you been doing this last week? I thought this would be a good place to be, but I don't like the black of the waterfall, and I don't know if you can see the pond very well, but this is one of my favorite places in the garden. I did shower because I was really mucky and dirty from being in the garden, but I can't sit any further back or I'd be sitting in the pond. I showered because I was really mucky from working in the garden, but I didn't put on any makeup because I have to do my workout after I'm done my live, so there's no point. I don't want to sweat with makeup on. And also it's like, it's in the 20s right now still, I think. But it's evening, so it feels a bit cooler. And then tomorrow's supposed to be 30 with sun. This is my shirt. Kind of want to work out, kind of want to take a nap. But it would be like this. Well, no, I can't do how I do it at the beginning when I smile. Anyways, to make my little cartoon look the same as, and like I said, if I go any further back, I'll be in the plunge pool. I'm going to tilt you down just a little bit, maybe. I don't know what the best way to do this is. Let's see if that's better. No, I like you guys seeing the waterfall better. Sorry. Okay, so lots of book reading this week, or book listening, I should say. And part of that is I'm just gonna have a drink because I'm really thirsty. I'm sorry I'm late again as well because I had timed everything out except printing the books that I have listened to that I don't actually have a copy of anymore. So I wanted to print the front page and the I know I'm drinking pop right now, but I am drinking more water now too. Okay, so let's talk about working out first. Today will be day 6 of my workouts. No, 7. 7 of my workouts. Yeah, 5, 6, 7. Today will be day 7 of my workouts, a week complete. As soon as I do it, the shred. I did yoga for Monday to Friday, plus my shred Monday to Friday, and then yesterday and today I'm just doing the shred at level 1. I am not using weights in my hands right now because I need to not make excuses, but I need to modify workouts for my surgery. Speaking of which, let me show you. That is 2 weeks post-surgery, stitches out. So it's very good. I was able to take off my bandage yesterday, but I've been keeping a bandage on it and wearing gloves in the garden to keep it clean still until it's completely healed. So I'll do that again. And then they said to massage, like put cream on and massage it so that it doesn't, to lessen the scar. Just give me 1 second. Oh yeah, I am okay. I just feel like something's missing. So if somebody is watching right now and you can let me know if you can hear me well or if something's amiss, it would be really annoying to get this all done and you guys not be able to hear me. Okay, so let's start with the books that I was meaning to talk about last week, but I didn't print them off, so I couldn't tell you anything about them. Those are them, and then these are this week's. Give me 1 second. Okay, so last week I listened to A Life Beyond Death by Gary Williams. And this is the synopsis for this book. So some of these are old. I can't tell you exactly what year that one was done, and my brain isn't even working on how give me a sec. second what I thought of it. Okay, so Gary Williams, in this revealing investigation into death survival, the author tests the traditional beliefs of Orthodox religion against evidence collected by psychic researchers. The Bible is full of inexplicable events, miracles, visions, and ultimate puzzle, Christ's resurrection. Why then, Gary Williams asks, is the mainstream church so reluctant to accept evidence which can explain such phenomena scientifically? For the facts are indeed impressive. Eyewitness accounts of deathbed visions, out-of-body experiences, and apparitions of the dead are documented and compared. Under rigorous scientific conditions, mediums have communicated with those who have passed over, amongst them the famous, and they reveal what life on the other side is truly like. These conversations are reproduced verbatim. The author's approach is, above all, unmystical. Life after death, he argues, is a matter for physics, not religion, for facts, not faith. About the author. Interested in psychic research all his life, Gary Williams has worked as an investigative journalist and written numerous magazine articles on the subject of life after death. After a spell as a radio and television writer come producer, he won an award in Washington for public broadcasting. His hobbies include collecting gramophone records, mostly classical, and gardening. He lives in Connecticut, USA. So that book was really good because, like he said, the scientific stuff, and it went over so many, it's surprising to me that there is so much proof, and there has been so many scientists who have studied or tested psychics in the last 100 years or more, doing different tests to see if it's actually happening, and yet people still deny it. There's a few things with that, is that one of the spirits told one of the mediums that every era, like every group of people, are going to want to have their own proof. So even if the scientists from 50 years ago said, this is the evidence, this is how we tested mediums, this is what we did to make sure that they weren't cheating and then the next group of people are going to want their own evidence anyways. And so it's hard for spirit even to convince everybody that there is life after death, even if you have the scientific proof in front of you. The other thing is that, I mean, especially if you believe in religion and you believe in Jesus, is that Jesus was right in front of people committing miracles, and they didn't believe him or that he was the Son of Christ. So if Jesus is real and he was the Son of Christ and people wouldn't even believe him right in front of them, then why would the average person believe the average medium? Yes, Laura, hello, I am. She says, are you live now? Yes, I am live right now. Laura Brennan. So it's not easy to convince, but I think that was a good book for if you wanted like a bunch of research, like he's put the research together in a nice book showing you how it's been researched for the past however many years and what's been going on with those. So the next one that I listened to that last week, like that I didn't talk to you guys about, was this one, Derek Akora's Amazing Psychic Stories. Now, I can't remember if Derek Akora is the one who passed away or not, and I'm almost certain that Steve knows him as well. I don't know if he has passed away. Britain's best-known medium, Daily Express. Amazing stories of psychic interventions by TV's favorite psychic, Derek Akora. The star of Ghost Towns, Derek Akora shares incredible real-life tales of dramatic rescues, dream visitations, and near-death experiences from his own experience and many of the people he has worked with. Derek Akora first noticed his psychic gifts as a child, and shortly after his early football career with Liverpool Football Club, quickly became in demand as a medium. He is now the UK's #1 TV psychic. He is the author of several best-selling books, including The Psychic Adventures of Derek Akora. So I told you guys before that these are the books that I got from when Steve and Jackie were closing the Feathers location. They got rid of a bunch of books that they had, and I went through them and then just chose ones that I thought I might want to listen to or read, but that I didn't necessarily need to keep. So I took pictures of the pages, and then that's what these books are. So, again, like a lot of this stuff, because I already know that this stuff is real, and I have experienced my own experiences. It's just more affirmation, no, not affirmation, confirmation for me, and listening to the stories and stuff that this stuff is real. So I'm interested in stuff like that. I'm not sure if, you know, again, a good book to read if you want to learn more about this type of stuff that I listen to. I feel like I'm yelling, but I feel like I have to over the sound of the waterfall. And yet last time I did the live from the garden, you guys didn't even hear the waterfall. So let me know if the sound is okay. So I'm going to start with the books that I listened to because this past week, that are specific to the same stuff, the ones that I don't actually have the books that, anymore. And actually, two of these are really quick reads. So I listened to them yesterday and today, and the one that I'll start with, I listened to the day and a few days before that. This one is called Cavalcade of the Spirit. I can't remember if I'm saying that properly, Cavalcade of the Spirit by Paul Miller, and it's in the Collector's Classics. So it's not really the best print of it, but so I'm going to tell you about that. This one was a really, really big, full book, again, on, like, it had a lot of information. Well, we're chirpy tonight, aren't we? It had a lot of information over the years of what's going on with mediums and the things that have been experienced and reported and tested and stuff like that. Let's see what the synopsis says. Just need to dry my glasses. They're wet from my wet hair. And sometimes I don't put them on my face because it's warm. They fog up from... Okay, so since the advent of modern spiritualism in far-off 1848, some truly astonishing cases of spirit returns and psychic phenomena have come to the fore. Cavalcade of the Spirit is a compilation of psychic stories which make exciting reading. Paul Miller, a former Fleet Street journalist, tells, for example, of medium Etta Wright, at whose seances spirit communicators spoke in Welsh, Spanish, Norwegian, Italian, Hindustani, Hebrew, German, French, Dutch, Siberian, Croatian, and Arabic. On one occasion, a spirit voice was heard singing whilst another talked. Another medium whom Paul Miller featured is George Spriggs. At his seances, spirit forms fully materialized. Indeed, during a visit to Australia, a witness testified that in the course of one evening, he saw 10 or a dozen separate forms, both male and female, manifest. Some were the height of a child, about 4 feet, while others were at least 6 feet. All were of different build, contour, and manner. The author also investigates the interest in spiritualism held by both by Queen Victoria and President Lincoln, and presents one of the most unusual psychic stories ever. This concerns a so-called dead father directing a son to his second will, a fact which a court accepted. Paul Miller also examines other gifts, such as psychic photography, trance mediumship, and automatic writing. In short, Cavalcade of the Spirit is a unique collection of fascinating and evidential accounts for the skeptic and believer alike. And I agree that it was really good, and it is you don't need to believe in the stuff to enjoy reading that one. It'll tell you so much information if you want to know how long spiritualists, this stuff has been going. It's in the Bible. It's older than we are with spirits communicating with the living, but that one is a really good one. It was a good thick size and a lot of information in it, but I really enjoyed it. So these two were pretty quick reads. My very first Sylvia Browne book, Contacting Your Spirit Guide, revised edition, includes a new section on a day in the life of a spirit guide. So my very first Sylvia Browne, I know she has passed away, but it's my first Sylvia Browne book, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. And it is cool for her to have had basically interviews with her own guides, her spirit guides. And don't worry, I didn't just read spiritual books this week. But yeah, so let's see what the synopsis says. Contacting your spirit guides. This book is an amazing resource from one of the world's best-known psychics. You'll quickly learn the importance of messages from the other side and how they can improve every aspect of your life, including a powerful free audio meditation download. This book offers you the chance to make first contact with your guides and recognize their subtle advice. Understand the different types of guides and discover your guide's name. See how your guides may be speaking to you through dreams. Hear intimate details of Sylvia's guides, Francine and Rahim. Read transcripts of actual research trances undertaken by Sylvia that deliver incredible spiritual wisdom. Sylvia offers great insight into the works of spirit guides, and in so doing gives you the tools to understand your unseen companions along the way. I don't know if I can read this. Okay. The #1 New York Times best-selling author Sylvia Browne, 1938 to 2013, is when she passed away, I'm guessing. Or that's when she, I don't know, was it 2013 that she passed away? Maybe it was. Was a spiritual, yeah, it says was, so that is when she passed away. Was a spiritual teacher and world-renowned psychic with I can't read that word. Down-to-earth personality and great sense of humor. Sylvia thrilled audiences on her lecture tours. She also wrote numerous immensely popular books. And does it say 20 of which appeared on the New York Times bestsellers list. Sorry, the writing is like in purple on orange, and my printer didn't print it very good, but that's okay. I did actually, like I said, it was a very quick read. She has over like 20 books, I think, or is it? No, Echo Bodine has. I don't know how many Sylvia Browne has. Did they say 20 there? But it was a quick read, so it didn't take very long to listen to. And remember that you can just go to the library and get books out. You don't have to buy any of these books. Or even ask someone you might know who is into this kind of stuff, and they might have copies of these books. So the last one I listened to, I just listened to this today. It's called Dear Echo. Answers to your questions about ghosts, hauntings, and things that go bump in the night by Echo Bodine, author of Relax, It's Only a Ghost. Okay, so Echo Bodine, she's American, I know that, and Echo Bodine sees dead people, and in the course of her 25-year ghost-busting career, she has escorted countless souls of the dearly departed from the bordellos and bars, houses and homes in which they have overstayed their welcome. Echo's tales of ghosts, hauntings, and things that go bump in the night are often funny, sometimes unnerving, and always perceptive. Echo shares letters from her readers who relate their own amazing experiences of the spirit world and answers questions such as, how do houses become haunted? How do you get ghosts to leave? Does possession really occur? Can ghosts be dangerous? Are there animal ghosts? Is it possible to have sex with ghosts? Echo Bodine is an internationally acclaimed ghostbuster, psychic, clairvoyant, and spiritual healer. She is the author of Hands That Heal, Echoes of the Soul, A Still Small Voice, and Relax, It's Only a Ghost. She has appeared on numerous national radio and television shows. She lives in Minnesota. Echo Bodine is the most genuine psychic I have ever worked with, says Dennis William Hawk, author of Haunted Places. Praise for Relax, It's Only a Ghost. This is one book about ghosts that you will definitely want to read, James Von Prague says, author of Talking to Heaven. So, I've watched interviews with Echo Bodine on YouTube before, and I enjoyed this book, and something that she talked about in it, she has had people who are under 18, like teenagers, who have wanted to learn to use their psychic abilities and different things, and she has always felt a strong urge from her spirit guides to not encourage teenagers to develop, because they already have so much going on with themselves that it's not the time to dabble in with this type of stuff. So they say just to keep, to ground and protect, but worry about that stuff later when you're older. And that's what Steve's motto is as well. He doesn't teach people unless they need something specific, they're having problems and they need to know how to turn it off or something. He doesn't teach people that are under 18 about this kind of stuff. But she included in that book letters and stuff from teenagers who told about their own experiences, and I liked that. I liked that she gave the teenagers a place to ask their questions, and I'm sure she not only did she probably respond to them in real life, she put her response to them in the book, and I think it helped a lot of teenagers to see that this stuff is, how to deal with it, or that, it just justifying that it happened for them instead of dismissing it and making it seem like they are mistaken or crazy, or, you know what I mean? So I like that part of the book especially. All right, let's get on to, I'm going to have a sip of my pop, and still no one has told me how the sound is, if the waterfall is too loud. Oh boy, my back's sore from sitting on this little stool that I'm on. Okay, where to begin? Well, I guess we'll keep going with I told you they're not all spiritual, but a lot of them are. But, so these are books that I listened to on Audible years ago when I was dog walking. And I bought a copy of them for my mom, and I love them so much. They're some of my favorite books in the spiritual genre, especially dealing with the afterlife and how I picture it or what I've learned about it. And I ordered a copy, so I have an actual copy of them for myself. And then I took pictures and listened to them again. They're both by Gaynor Carrillo, and I might have told you guys about them before, but the first one is Always by Your Side. I don't want to cover her name. So she has been in touch with the afterlife since she calls it, what does she call it? The place? Yeah, I can't remember. She calls it the place, but it's the afterlife, and she's been playing there since she was a kid. Her second book is Heaven is a Real Place, True Stories from the Afterlife from a Psychic Medium. And actually, I could probably just, if I wasn't holding all of my books, I could probably do this. And I will tell you the synopsis for them. So her first book is Always by Your Side. Always by Your Side is the true life story of a psychic medium. Since birth, Gaynor has had very different qualities from people around her. Since birth, Gaynor has had very different qualities from the people around her. She was born able to see spirits and explore a world hidden from the eyes of many. Gaynor shares in this book her most precious experiences. Each page of this book contains magic, spirituality, laughter, tears, and the closest and truest reality of the life of a medium. Gaynor is a medium that has helped hundreds of people by delivering messages from their loved ones. Her stories are based on her dearest memories, with the hope that these reach your heart and bring you a little closer to the spirit world, where we have so much yet to discover. Gaynor Carrillo is a teacher and mentor of spiritual arts in the Spiritual Success School. She didn't always talk about the stuff when she was a kid, playing with spirit children and everything else, because she did learn that not everybody could see spirits walking around, and not everyone was open to the idea of them. In her second book, Heaven is a Real Place, Heaven is a Real Place is a remarkable true story of a psychic medium's journey into the afterlife. This delightful book shares the true stories of psychic medium Gaynor Carrillo and her visits to a world beyond ours. Here she reveals how her ability to see and communicate with spirit has helped her to pass on spirit messages to thousands of people from around the world. Sharing her understanding of what it's really like in the spirit world, Gaynor has answered questions about spirit and the afterlife in her usual honest and down-to-earth way. What happens when we die? Is there really such thing as life after death? Where is heaven? Are our spirit loved ones happy? Do we meet our pets in heaven? Do angels exist? Is heaven a real place? This book will give you the answers to these questions and many more, along with a guided view of life after death and a clearer understanding of the place some call heaven. Gaynor Carello is an international psychic medium whose life purpose is to share with the world the simple message that our loved ones never really die. There is life after death and that heaven is a real place. Born in the north of England, she now lives and works in Spain and is dedicated to writing books about spirit and the afterlife. She is the author of the Amazon UK bestseller, Always by Your Side, and has appeared on Spanish TV and radio sharing her message in Spanish. So those are those two books that I love and look forward to lending them out. Next, let's move into, which one should I do? Okay, so I was looking for a book. I saw somebody posted something on Instagram, and they said that they were reading a book, and they had the book there, but the book didn't have a title on it. It just had a picture on the front. So I put in a comment, what book is it? And they haven't wrote back. So I was looking, like I was trying to, but they had a little piece of cardboard on it with writing on it, which didn't make the image exactly the same. So I was trying to take screenshot the image and then do a reverse image search on Google to find out what book it was. Still didn't find out what book that was, but it brought me to a book called Signposts from the Farm, and Coming Home to Who You Are Created to Be by Vicky Fracker. And it looked really good, so I got it. So I listened to this one, and I really enjoyed it, and I love the way it's printed. I love the photography in it. I love that it's from the farm, and it's a little bit in between self-help and spirituality, but not so much like ghosts and that kind of stuff, more like God or who you feel your higher power is. So let's see how the synopsis is. I did really enjoy it. Again, it wasn't a very long book, but it was inspirational. So Signposts from the Farm. Sorry, there's another plane going over again too. An inspiring guide to discovering your true self. Embark on a transformative journey with Signposts from the Farm, a compelling guide to discovering your truest, most authentic self. This enlightening book presents 12 guiding spiritual principles, thoughtfully curated from the realms of therapy, scripture, philosophy, and the transformative experiences with Alcoholics Anonymous. Each of these 12 signposts is designed to repeat annually, reflecting the cyclical nature of spiritual growth and continuous self-discovery. As you revisit these principles each year, you will deepen your understanding and enhance your spiritual journey, awakening to the profound truth of who you were created to be. Whether you are seeking solace, inspiration, or a new path to personal growth, Signposts from the Farm offers timeless wisdom and practical insights to guide you. Through the integration of diverse spiritual teachings, this book serves as a beacon of hope and a roadmap to a more awakened, fulfilled existence. Join countless others who have found clarity, purpose, and inner peace through the powerful cyclical practice of these spiritual principles. Begin your journey today and wake up to the truth of who you were created to be. All right, then a little bit away from ghosts, but not all the way to the other books that I read. We'll go to which is which. Okay, this is exciting too. These are completely different. They're Kitchen Witch books, but they're completely different from each other. So the first one I want to talk about is Kitchen Witch, Food, Folklore, and Fairy Tale by Sarah Robinson. It's a lot thicker of a book if you compare them, and it is chock full of great information. And I thought my mom would even love this too, because like it says, it's food, folklore, and fairy tales. This is about how kitchen witches are, or tends to be women, in those types of roles over history and everything else, and whether they were called witches or not. And it gives you, and then like in fairy tales and in real life, and like it's just such a great compilation of so much information, and I really loved it. Welcome to a place of great magic, the kitchen. I'll hold it up while I'm reading it. Within this book, you'll find no recipes, but something cooked up just for you. You'll find stories of magic, healing, and hearth, of feasts and fasts and fairy tales, of poisoned apples, bewitching gingerbread, and seeing the future in a teacup. Magic, superstition, cooking, and food rituals have been intertwined since the beginning of humankind. This book is an exploration of the history and culture of food, folklore, and magic, and those skilled in healing and nourishing herbalists, wise women, cooks, cunning folk, and the name many of them would come to bear. Witch. Kitchen Witch is an invitation to see the magic in every corner of your kitchen, to remember the superstitions about fairies who like butter, to watch the fruits of each season ripen, to see the healing potential in herbs and plants. With the Kitchen Witch as our guide, we'll explore food, nature, magic, and transformation. We'll discover what the name of Kitchen Witch could mean to us in modern interpretations of ancient practices. May this book of stories and ideas show that there's magic in the mundane, witchcraft within your walls, and the goddess really is in the details. In Sarah's signature style of weaving together the magical, this exciting new book will touch on a myriad of modalities in a journey lined with fantasy, folklore, and much food. She also is the author of Yoga for Witches and Yin Magic. I can't see what else that Yin Magic says, but I got the Yoga for Witches by Sarah Robinson, and that's on my future weeks list. I just haven't taken pictures of it yet, so that is one that I'm really happy and excited about. And this one, Kitchen Witch as well, is, remember, some of these are ones that I've had on my list for years and I'm finally getting. So Kitchen Witchery for Everyday Magic. Bring joy and positivity into your life and restorative rituals and enchanting recipes by RHwL, creator of Water of Whimsy. So this one is, she does watercolors, and this is recipes. So that one has no recipes, this is all recipes. Says, Regan has given us a treasure of pure whimsical delight with magic that will bring even the fairies to dinner. S.M. Harlow, author of A Tea Witch's Grimoire. Kitchen Witchery is a perfect book for those who appreciate the magic in the mundane. Regan uses her delicious recipes and signature art to transmit the cozy feeling of enjoying food at home with an old friend. Lydia Pradas, author of The Complete Grimoire. A lovely and cozy book to enjoy the art of magical cooking. Carla Torrance, author of Wiccan Cuisine. Bring magic and meaning into every meal you make. Make your kitchen the most magical room in your home with the help of the Witch of Whimsy. Her tasty recipes for everything, from teas and spirits to sweet and savory meals and snacks, are each accompanied by rituals that allow you to introduce more intentionality into mealtime. Start your morning off on the right foot with coffee concoctions and daily affirmations, the combination of which will perk you up and invite a positive mindset for the day to come. Learn how to plan a delightful cottage witch's picnic featuring delicious and heartening recipes like wildflower salad and poppy seed tea sandwiches. Recenter yourself at the end of the day with decadent desserts, mixed drinks, and oil infusions to help you prepare for a restful night. With lyrical prose and stunning illustrations, this whimsical witch's guide will brighten your day from your first sip of coffee to your final morsel before bed. Regan Ralstone is the artist and creator behind Water of Whimsy, where she shares watercolor art, recipes, and rituals for practical magic. She lives in Ithaca, New York, with her family. All right, so we got 2 left, and then we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. This one I've had on my list for a while. No, I bought this one a year or two ago, and let's see when it came out. and I just hadn't got to it, but I knew it was an important book to read. So it's copyright 2018, but it's still really relevant now, and I think that almost everybody, if not everybody, should have a copy of this. I also think that it would be really good, like done in a informative video style for them to teach in classrooms. Now, it definitely is meant for like the USA, but it will help all of us around the world with this. It's called, it's the international bestseller, White Fragility, Why It's So Hard for White People to Talk About Racism by Robin DiAngelo. This is like, it's exactly what it says. Hard for white people to talk about racism. Even if I talk to you about it right now, things you're going to say is, well, I don't need that because I'm not racist. Or something along those lines. And listen, I feel the same way. I am not racist, or I don't try to have prejudice against people for their race anyways. But there's a lot that we don't understand, and there's a lot that we can learn, and it's not just about what we think about what we have done, it's about how it affects other people who are racist and those who experience the racism, etc., etc. There's so many good points in this book that I can't believe it took me this long to listen to it or read it. This, like I said, everybody should have a copy of this. It should be taught in schools, and I really, really appreciate this book. And I'm going to have to listen to it a few more times to really work on some things in myself as well. With clarity and compassion, DiAngelo allows us to understand racism as a practice, not restricted to bad people. In doing so, she moves our national discussions forward. This is a necessary book for all people invested in societal change. Claudia Rankin. That's what she says too. Like, you know, people will say, oh, I'm not racist. Like, you know, like only bad people could be racist. Like, oh, he's not racist, he's a good person. But even good people can be racist, even sometimes without realizing it. It's even in things that we say or things we might do or how we react to situations. By turns mordant and then inspirational, an argument that powerfully forces and tragic history. By turns mordant and then inspirational, an argument that powerfully forces and tragic histories stack the deck fully against racial justice alongside one that we need only to be clearer, try harder, and do better. David Rodiger, Los Angeles Review of Books. Okay, listen, her book is not that complicated to understand. I don't know half of what he just said there, but the book isn't like that. The value in White Fragility lies in its methodical, irrefutable exposure of racism in thought and action, and its call for humility and vigilance. Katie Waldman, New Yorker. A vital, necessary, and beautiful book. Michael Eric Dyson. I wonder if there's more of a synopsis on it, but I don't think there is. I mean, I think I've told you enough. I can't recommend it highly enough. I think it's a very important book, and I can't. You can get it from the library, you can borrow it from a friend, you can buy it, you can do whatever, but I don't want to hear that you don't think you need this book, because everybody can benefit from this book. There's nobody who won't take something away from this book. And the last book is one that I just received, but I haven't read yet, and it's for children. It's called A Name from the Sky by Diane Kruger, and it's a hardcover book. So it's going to go in my book, my kids' books that I'm going to read. Do you know where your name comes from? Diane Kruger. Diane Kruger is an internationally renowned actress who grew up in Germany and has lived in London, Paris, and New York, where she currently resides with her partner Norman Reedus and their daughter. Before becoming an actress, she studied ballet with the Royal Ballet in London. This is her first book. And then the illustrator, Christa Unzner, is an illustrator living in Berlin who has worked on over 100 children's books. In addition to classic children's books, she focuses on fairy tales and legends, as well as works of world literature for children and young people. where's my synopsis? Everyone of us has our own special powers. Like so many children around the world, Diane Kruger felt she stood out from the other kids. There was the pet bunny she talked to like a friend, her love of books, and even her name, which was unusual in her small village in Germany. But then Diane's mother told her the origin of her name and everything changed. Actress Diane Kruger's warm and personal story of finding her own special powers will inspire children everywhere to learn about their own names and follow their dreams and passions. So again, I'm not going to tell you any more than that. I'm not going to read it right now, but it is going to be on my kids' list of books that I'm going to read for a special Rambling Hour episode. So those are all the books from this week. And then when I finished listening to the last one today, I actually turned my headphones off, put them away in the house, and kept working outside in the garden. And then I told Steve the problem with like connecting to nature and tuning in to my the sounds around me and everything is that without my headphones on, without listening to a book or something, I start thinking, and then I want to start writing, and there's just too much going on in my mind, so I got to get to writing and not listening all the time. In the garden, I got a lot done. I moved the compost bins from where they were. So I think I've told you guys this before, but around our house, there's like a sidewalk that goes all the way right against our house, all the way around. And on the one side, where I call it the nursery, because it's where I take care of plants that aren't looking so good and everything, or when I do cuttings and everything, on that side, I had the compost bins up on against that big wall. There's no windows on that wall of the house, and I had the compost bins up on, because it's like, it's off of the ground, so I had the compost bins up there, but we want to put a gate in there. Like, it's a big double iron gates there, but if we have those locked so the dog can't get out, we just want like the wooden gate to open, just, you know, and so I want to be able to use that sidewalk along there. So I moved the compost bins. I didn't sift all the compost, I just turned it and moved them and put it back into them, so that'll help it compost better. And then I also had a big pile of rocks that when I dig things up or do stuff in the garden and I find rocks, I collect them and dump them into a pile, and then I was sorting those rocks. So I've got them almost all sorted, and that whole side by the, like, where the fire pit that our son Tom built for me when I first moved here, and that is almost all clean, and I'm so excited. So I worked very hard doing that. Like I said, after I'm done here, I got to do my workout. And then it is starting to get dark. You can't tell, but it's dusky out. What time is it? It's almost 9 o'clock. So it's getting dusky out here. But, yeah, I had the last 2 days, yesterday and today, have been in the 20s, but it's been like cloud cover. So it's been warm outside, but not too hot that I couldn't get things done. So I've been really productive in the garden. Tomorrow, like I said, it's supposed to be plus 30 and sunny, so it might almost be too hot tomorrow to work. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to, even if it's too hot to work tomorrow in the garden, I'm going to enjoy the day in the garden tomorrow, no matter what I'm doing. Maybe I will just write and journal. There's a few dreams that I've had the last few nights that I want to write down, and they've been playing over and over in my mind, especially last night's dream about what it means. And then one of the books I listened to, I can't remember if it was Sylvia Brown or Echo Bodine, but one of them was talking about our like our astral selves, or our like higher selves. Like, so if like you don't have to be dead. Okay, so if me and my brother meet in a dream because he's passed away and I'm not, but we meet on the astral plane to hang out, that can happen. But also, someone like my friend who's still alive and me can meet and hang out on the astral plane as well. And I wonder that too with like the person I dreamt about last night. It was only going out for dinner with an actor. His name is Guz Khan, not Gus Khan, but Guz, G-U-Z Khan, K-H-A-N, and he's on, I told you guys about the show that we watched a few weeks ago called Man Like Mo Bean. So he's the main character and the writer of that show, and he's a comedian. And yesterday in my dream, I went out for, like, I wanted to eat food from his culture. So he took me to a restaurant where they made that kind of food, and there was just like so much food. And that was the the dream, but what does it even mean? And I don't know him in real life. He obviously does not know me. But then I wonder, like, is there, if on the other side, or our higher self or whatever can be in multiple places at once, and we only send about 10% of ourselves into Earth in a human body, and then when you go to the other side, there's no hierarchy, so you can, you know, there's nobody who's better than anybody else or whatever. And then also, if you think about someone, like if I wanted my brother to be around me or my dad, they could be around me like that. And then, so you could hang out with anybody up there. Then I'm wondering, like, was it just a dream, or did my higher self or my astral self hang out with God's astral self or whatever? Like, just, yeah. I mean, either way, it was a really cool dream. It was cool to hang out with him. Totally random. I love food, and I wish it was real, because I would love to go to eat anywhere, like lots of good food. But yeah, it was just, so anyways, I want to write that dream down, and a few that I had the nights before. And yeah, that's what I've just been contemplating today, is like, how many of my dreams, if I dream about you and you dreamt about me on the same night, did we meet up in our dreams and hang out? Or, and so when I have a dream about a friend that I haven't talked to in a long time, I tend to take that as a sign to reach out to them to make sure they're okay and how they're doing and everything. But at the same time, is that friend who I haven't talked to in a long time and me hanging out in the astral plane? I don't know, just something to think about. And what else? Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before I go? Like I said, I haven't used my weights in my workouts this last week. I'm going to add them as soon as I can. This is doing really, really well. Unfortunately, I smashed my thumb when I was moving something in the garden and ripped it up on concrete. So that I usually keep a bandage on as well to keep clean, but I like had a shower right before this, so that's why I have no bandages on. But yeah, so this hand has a little injury too. But what it is modifying your workouts, right? So don't say you can't do it because you have a bad back, or you have this, or you have that. You have to modify it. I have really bad knees. I have arthritis in my knees. I can't do jumping jacks right now. Eventually, when I build up the muscle around my knees, I will be able to do jumping jacks again. So right now, I just kind of march on the spot 1 foot at a time, because I can't land like high impact on my feet, because it puts the pressure on my knees and then they'll get inflamed. So I'm just doing that, but I'm still doing the arms from the jumping jacks. So it's about modifying your workout. Some of the things with my workout that I notice with my yoga, I'm definitely not as flexible as I was when I was doing my yoga. So I can't wait to get back to that. But with my shred, I've noticed that I am stronger than I was when I started doing the shred the last time. But the endurance and the elasticity, the stretchiness of my body definitely needs work. And yeah, I'm not as strong as I was when I stopped working out over a year ago, but I'm stronger starting out than I would have been before in the past. So I'm actually quite happy with a lot of my, so I'm hoping that most of my weight gain has been just from eating unhealthy and eating too much. And now that I'm back to my workouts, hopefully I will see results sooner than last time I did it. But also with eating healthy and watching my portion sizes, keeping track of my food. Again, this is my own individual journey. You don't have to do any of this if you don't want to. I just want to live my best life, and I feel better when I'm working out. And yeah, when I do these things. But also, the stupid thing is, it's been over a year since I've done my workouts, and I'm like so mad at myself. This happens most of the time. So my yoga is 20 minutes a day, like Monday to Friday. 20 minutes of yoga. It's not that much. But not only that, my shred is 20 minutes. Well, it's like 25 minutes with warm up and cool down, but it's actually 18 minutes. When I do it, it is difficult and challenging, but it's doable. And once I don't know, once I'm done, or like why haven't I been doing this the whole time? Like 20 minutes of less than a half an hour of my day doing the shred, less than a half an hour, and I know I'll get results because I've seen them before, and I can't believe that I haven't been doing this. So again, the reason I go back to it is because it feels like, I love the system that she designed, and I think it's so smart. Not only is there 3 levels, but I'm just doing level 1 until I feel ready to go up to level 2. But in level 1, or in each level, there's 3 like sections, and then in each section there is 3 minutes of cardio, 2 minutes of strength, 1 minute of abs. No, said that wrong. 3 minutes of strength, 2 minutes of cardio, 1 minute of abs. So as soon as you think that you're not going to be able to do it again, you're switching. And then it's like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. And it does it 3 times. That's it. So, like, it's doable. It's challenging, but it's doable. And the first few days, it was hard to walk up the stairs because the front of my thighs were sore from my exercises. But again, you don't push yourself too hard. You just do it as best as you can. And if you're too tight, like the first few days, oh my God, I had to stop, like not stop, like I'd walk on the spot. That's what I'm saying. You just keep moving, but I'd have to get my water and drink my water. My endurance and my exhaustion and everything was like not good. Now, yes, even yesterday when I did it, I had some water during it, but I didn't really need the water as much. And I'm so, and it's not even, like I said, today's day 7 and I'm already building up my endurance. So I'm really proud of myself, but I would definitely recommend checking out Jillian Michaels' 30-Day Shred. I have it on Amazon Prime, like downloaded for like a few pounds. And like I said, I just really like the way that she has it. Like I said, there's 3 different levels and you don't move up until you're ready. And each level has 3 different intervals, and each interval has 3 minutes of strength, 2 minutes of cardio, 1 minute of abs. And then you do that 3 times and you're out and it's done. Within a half an hour, you've done your workout and you're going to see results. It's insane. I don't know why I wasn't doing it the whole time. I'm glad that I'm started again, and I am looking forward to seeing results. So you guys can watch with me and see my results. My back's, but I can't reach. I have short arms, but I do have back scratchers that Steve bought me. Sorry guys, I need to scratch my back. Look at looks like I got a bit of a sunburn. Nope, not in real life, that's just a tan, but look at the contrast to where it's not tanned, right? Yeah, I need to garden naked so that my whole body is tanned the same instead of like the contrast. All right, let me see what time we're at. Oh, we got 7 minutes. I'm gonna have another sip of pop. Is there anything else that I need to tell you guys about? It's weird to keep getting on with life and doing the things that need to be done when I know that my brother isn't here anymore. I mean, that happens to everybody. We all lose people, and some of us lose people closer to us, and some people lose more than one person, and it's such a bizarre thing. And I said to Steve that my brother better be willing to do, or he better be planning on doing work with me from the other side, because either it feels like, like the show is close to over and the characters are going to start being taken out, or I have a long, long life ahead of me and it's a long time without him. So hopefully he's going to work with me from the other side. But I don't want it to seem like everything's just hunky-dory and I'm moving on like nothing. I know that I didn't get to see we're independent people in our family. We don't see each other all the time, especially me living across the world. So it doesn't feel too different when he was at home and I didn't talk to him as him in the afterlife, and I'm not talking to him. But it hurts my heart to know that he's not there if I needed to call. And I mean, it's weird because I believe in a spiritual life or spiritual existence. I feel like if I needed him, I could contact him that way. But it's different and it's hard, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm just over it and everything's great now, because it's not. But I also know that, again, like I've told you guys before, if I went, I would want you guys to know that I would want you to keep going on with everything and making sure that you guys were good and life was good. So I have to just live the way that I would want you, treat others how you want to be treated. So I have to live the way that I would want other people to do if it was me who passed away instead of my brother. What else is happening in life? Time is going quickly, so it's already the end of June. Happy birthday to my friend Zena. Her birthday was yesterday. And happy birthday to my best friend growing up, Rachel. Her birthday's tomorrow. Oh, there's something else on the 30th. Oh, I have to look at my calendar. So, birthdays end of June. Now we're going into July. Before you know it, it's going to be August when we're going to Ireland to see my sister and her husband and the kids and my mom. And then my friends David and Kimber are coming at the end of August to visit here. And so with, I've put off the getting the floors done in the living room and dining room until October. I'm just going to not even think about it. Because it's summertime, I don't know if he can fit us in. So I'm just going to, when me and Steve call him, we'll book him in for October. But there's still things to be done in the meantime to prepare for visitors, which is exciting to have my mom come and stay. Like I said, I don't think the kids are done school, so I'm proud of Aurora for finishing her. I've told you guys this already, I think last week, college, so she's got a trade under her belt, and Erica is done her first year of drama, so very exciting. They're done school for the year. And anything else that I need to tell you guys about? I don't think so. We had Jackson, our grandson, the last a couple days ago, and babysitting him, so that was exciting. Life is good. I'm just focusing right now on getting stuff done in the garden, enjoying the summertime while it's here, because it's going to be done pretty soon. And then, like I said, because I don't have anything really pressing right now, I'm focusing on doing my workouts every day. And there's no excuse. I can make an excuse every day. Like right now, I could say, oh, it's late and I'm tired and I'm blah blah blah, but it's 20 minutes. There's no excuse. It depends how bad you want something. There's no excuse. I can say that, injuries or blah, 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 whatever. There's always an excuse, but really there's no excuse. If you want something, you can make it happen. You do your best. You modify. You do what you can, and every day you can improve on it. And then journaling. I just need to get to my journaling. And then listening to more books. So I hope you guys have a great week. Last week I told you guys about a book that I borrowed from my friend Zena that she thought I would enjoy, and I did, called, what was it called? I can see it in my head. I just returned it. I told you guys about it in the last 2 weeks, but anyways, my other friend Lisa Vreeland from Florida, she is reading it right now, and so I asked her if she wanted to be my guest after she's done reading it, and we can talk about it. So that is coming up. And like I said, I'm going to have my kids' books that I want to read, and hopefully we'll have other guests coming up too. If there's anything specific that you want me to do on my lives, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Sunday, which is July already. Oh, Erica's birthday is on July 6th, the 3rd. July 3rd. Erica, our youngest, is going to be 17. So happy birthday to her this week, and we will see you guys when we see you guys, all right? Happy Canada Day for July 1st to everyone in Canada, and I will talk to you guys next Sunday. Bye.